quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers is on the Steelers roster as we sit right now.
And
Kenny
it ain't
Pickett.
Mitch.
And it ain't Mitch. Mitch is probably gone. They can still do so much. We obviously know that. But to take what Mike Tomlin said there, Kenny Pickett will be QB1 to start the season with competition. Now, he said that a bunch of times. He says that with every position, that competition breeds success, and you need that. And I totally agree with him, that healthy competition within your respective position room is great. I mean, look what happened with Najee and Jalen Warren this year, things of that nature. But this seems a little bit different. It does, because of the way the season ended this year, with Mason being the starting quarterback for the last 4 games, Kenny Pickett sitting down the last 4 games. Now Kenny Pickett's going to start. What do you guys take from that? What do you I think we kind of had a sense that Kenny was going to be QB1. They're going to give him every angle and opportunity to be the guy, but this is how we're going to start next year, and he just kind of ended it right there.
What's the competition? I mean, is the competition Josh Dobbs and a 5th-round pick? Then there really isn't competition. Is the competition Russell Wilson? Is the competition Kirk Cousins, which I don't believe that? Is the competition after they trade for Justin Fields? Just throwing out hypotheticals. Then it's a whole different ballgame. If the competition is Mason, I think there's something there in camp. But who are they going to bring in to be that second guy? That will determine how big of a competition it is.
Yeah, I thought I found more and read more into Mike Tomlin saying 2024 is a huge year for Kenny than I did saying he's QB1. Because by saying that it's a huge year for Kenny, you are saying that he is the starting quarterback. You're saying that it's not a huge year for him. He's not going to be given a chance to start. If you're bringing in a free agent or going to make a trade for a starter, he's not your guy. You don't say that. They believe that he is the guy. They believe he's the guy unless he proves otherwise this year. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what they're saying. That's what Mike Tomlin said by saying 2024 is a huge year for Kenny. New coordinator. They're going to reinforce the players and system around him. They're going to give him every chance to be successful, to make that huge year a success and parlay that into being the franchise quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what they want to happen. That's what I believe.
It's almost like they're admitting a mistake, though. So why now? You've wasted 2 years. And and obviously we get this all the time. We say it every day. We're the Kenny Pickett defenders here, obviously, Pat and I, because we're pick guys. But at the end of the day, you did him a disservice by having the coordinator that you had, putting him in the position that you put him in, and now in year 3, you're trying to restart and say, Kenny, you got to have a huge year now, even though that we didn't do right by you the first 2 years.
Well, year 3 of a 4-year contract is a big year.
Regardless.
It's a huge year, regardless. They wanted to bring him on slow. That did not happen. They brought Mitch in. Mitch did not work out. Kenny went into the New York Jets game and didn't even know he would play in that game, based on what we read and what we hear. Okay? They still want to bring him on slow. They want to manage it. That's how the Pittsburgh Steelers have done business at that position. That's how they did business with Ben. And it got expedited. Certainly it got expedited faster than they thought. But, Ben's career, yes, it started with a Super Bowl. But it wasn't like he was the MVP of the National Football League and didn't have C.J. Stroud numbers his first couple seasons. I'm not comparing Ben to Kenny, but I'm just saying, for instance. Yeah, why now? Why year 3 to make a change at coordinator? Why year 3 to say it's a huge year? I mean, the circumstances are all over the place, but I read heavily into that comment because, again, this comes down to, you talk about doubt me. You talk about you want to be doubted. I'm at my best with my back against the wall. Kenny and I are the same in that regard. He's putting his arm around that guy.